everyone, it's Courtney from How Courtney Sees It. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do my January reading wrap up, and let's get right into it. So I did a pink eye look today, and it basically just looks like I'm really sickly, but I'm kind of feeling it, so we're just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna start with what I've read first, and then like move down the line for January. So the first thing I finished was Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I did return this to library, so I don't have the physical copy because I read it at like the very beginning of January. I gave this one like a 3.5 to 4 stars. I liked it. I thought it was like, it kept my attention basically, like once I got into it, and I did not guess the murderer. I was off. I thought it was going to be someone similar. Who it was, I'm not going to say who it was, but I thought it was whatever. I didn't guess right, so I didn't see it coming. So I do kind of want to keep reading that series, but it's not like an immediate need. So it probably won't be for a while. Anyway, moving on, I read for the Visco Girl Readathon, the Dragonfly in Amber, which is by Diana Galbadon. I still have no idea how to say her name. And this is the second book in the Outlander series. It's a big boy. This has like a hella big cliffhanger at the end of it, and it's super annoying. I mean, like, I knew what was gonna happen because like there's obviously like a third book, so like obviously you know what happens. Like you can like sense it coming because like, anyway. So it was fine. I gave that one a 3. It's just so long, and Claire, the main character, I freaking don't enjoy her narrative. I think she's super whiny and I'm not a fan. Moving on, I finished The Final Warning by James Patterson. This is the 4th book, I believe, in the Maxim Ride series. And I gave this one a 2-star. And it was, the notes I wrote down next to it are just meh. I just wrote meh. Honestly, I don't really even recall like what happened. But I'm pretty sure I talk about it in my reading vlogs. So if you want to know, you can check that out. Moving on, I watched, no. I read Wayward Sons by Rainbow Rowell, and I also, this was on sale at Barnes & Noble, so I went ahead and bought my own copy because the artwork is real cute. I gave this a 3-star only because I liked the first one so much, to be 100% honest, and I love the characters so much, but I feel like this was, the word I wrote down was disappointing. I feel like this was like a fanfic that, I feel like this was like a fanfic that like the main character from Fangirl wrote, and it was just like super random, like could be canon, but like maybe it wasn't, and like it just seemed like very random to me, and I was not that big of a fan. The one thing I did really like was that Baz actually got to hang out with other vampires and kind of like learn about himself a little bit, and that was really cool. So I liked that part of it, but I wasn't like a huge fan, but I still love Carry On more than I love many things. So moving on. The next one was The Selection by Kira Cass. I read this in a day, like literally I read through it so fast. I gave this 4 stars. I was a very big fan of it. I went through it really, really fast. I thought the writing was good. It's very light. It's not like anything like hard hitting. It's like a romance, obviously, and you wanna, it's like it's like a love triangle. There's 2 guys, and you like don't know what's gonna happen. And I liked it. So I own this one. I'm a big fan. I already have read the 2nd book for February, so get ready for that. It's coming up. I will talk about that next month. The next book I read was the first Black Butler, the first in the Black Butler series. And I gave this one 3 stars, only because I don't even know. I liked it. Like I liked it. I enjoyed reading it, but I kind of was just like, oh. like to the ending, like I was just like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. So that was also for the Visco Girl Readathon. Most of these are. The next one was a audiobook. It's like an Audible exclusive by Mel Robbins. It's called Take Control of Your Life. And I finished this. I obviously didn't write it because it's not a Goodreads thing. Like, it's not an actual published book. It's an audio broadcast situation. I don't know what to really call it. But it's all about, like, looking into how your childhood experiences, like, affect your adult life and how your trauma affects you and things like that. And it's very, like, hard-hitting. It's not something, like, that you can go into, like, you have to go into it very open, and, like, you have to self-reflect, and it's interesting. So the next book was an ebook that I read, and it's called All In With the Duke. I can't remember who it's by, but I'll put it up here. I gave that one a 2-star, only because I just, like, didn't care through, like, most of the book. But I read it because it was the only book I had, and I was bored, so I read it, you know. But I just, like, didn't care about it. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about the story. The sex was good, but, like, I didn't care about anything else. So, moving on. The next book was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and this was for the readathon also. I gave this 5 stars because I always give it 5 stars because I love this book so much, and, like, rereading it really just, like, it just helps, like, solidify that. Like, I know that a lot of people, like, are not a big fan of Suzanne Collins, or, like, they're not a fan of, like, how she's taking the newest book because she's making it about President Snow, but, like, I'm still really excited for it. And I'm probably going to read Catching Fire next month, or this month, February, and then read Mockingjay at the beginning of March before that one comes out. So I'm just really excited, and I like that one. I gave it a 5-star. Don't judge me. Moving on. The next book I finished was The Raven Boys, which is from the Raven Cycle, and I gave this one a 4-star. I was listening to this. I can't even, like, make English words. I was listening to this on, like, Overlook or Libby or whatever the app is, and I'm driving, and I talked about this in my vlog also, so, like, if you've already seen that, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna repeat it here. I'm driving, and I'm like, oh my god, shit's going down, and, like, I like, almost got in an accident because I was so focused on this stupid book. And not that it's stupid, I actually really, really liked it, and I am gonna read the second one. I'm not sure when, but it's on my, like, TBR to read, but I liked it a lot. And then next book was also an ebook or an audiobook. It was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and right now I'm listening to The Wicked King for my February, like, YouTubers loved books TBR situation. So I wanted to get that one in January so that I could, you know, finish. And I gave that one 4 stars. Honestly, it's more like a 4.5 because I just really, really, really liked it. So we're gonna go with 4.5. The next book was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I gave this one a 3.5 or a 4-star. It took me a minute to get into this book, I'm not gonna lie, but the ending had me like, whoa, like, I'm like, yeah. Also, I'm like the Darkling, like, I low-key, like, he's the angsty, like, dark boy that, like, I always ship in everything. So yeah. We liked it. It was good. And then I finished The Highland Scoundrel, which is by Monica McCarty. This is a romance set in Scotland, and it's very, it was very spicy. The sex scenes are super good in this. I was a big fan, and it was very cute. The conflict was something that you could see, like, being an actual thing, which was kind of nice, because I feel like some romance books, the conflict is, like, very ill begotten. It's very, like, off the wall, like, oh no, she touched my plant and now we're gonna have a war. Like, it wasn't like that. It was very legitimate, and there was a whole series of these, which I do have. They're in a box over here from my friend, so I can return 2 of her books now. And then lastly, for the month, I read Frankly in Love by, you know, the library, like, hates me. They put, like, all kinds of stuff, like, over top of these books so that I can't take pictures. It's by David Yoon, and I just want to point this out really quickly. The inside of this is, like, a cat with a hat, like, on a pizza. What? And and it's from the St. Clair County Library, which means that's from like my hometown. So this is Frankly in Love by David Yoon. It's so pretty. It has blue sprayed edges, which like, yes please. And I actually thought this was pretty cute. I gave it a 4-star, I think, or 3, I can't remember. And so it's two Korean friends, and they both want to date non-Korean people, and that's their parents are very traditional, so that's not really supported. And so they fake date each other so that they can date these other people. And then obviously, like, because it's like a contemporary romance, like they fall in love with each other, they break up with the other people, or they get dumped or whatever, and it's a whole thing. It was super cute. I'm gonna say super cute again. Like, it was cute, and I thought it was, like, it was good to hear about someone else's problems, so I didn't have to think about mine. If you guys watched any of my vlogs from the Visco Girl Readathon, a lot of like bad stuff happened in January, and I'm just trying to like throw my body into like any kind of anything. Just trying to like not focus on like my real life. So reading all these books this month was really great for me. It was great. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. If you want to hang out with me anywhere else on the internet, it is all down below in the description box, as well as the subscribe buttons down there. You can hang out with me more often, see my face some more, and hang out on the internet with me. I think 14 books is probably the highest number I've read in a month. I'm trying to think, but I was off this month, and I basically just got to like read and write and like do YouTube stuff and hang out with my friends and all that stuff. So I'm not sure how February is gonna go. I have already finished 2 books already, and it's only the 3rd of February, but I did read the entire Super Bowl game duration of the Super Bowl game. I did not pay attention at all. But yeah, that was a really random tidbit. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks guys so much for watching again, like I said, and if you have a wrap-up, definitely comment down below. Let me know what you read this month. I would love to check out your video, or just to talk to you guys down below in the comments about what you finished, or if you have opinions on any of these books. I've heard different things about the Shadow and Bone series, like finishing it. A lot of people have like had mixed feelings, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna finish probably at some point, but who knows when. And yeah. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, like I said, for the billionth time, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.